Why am I not surprised that you have that jersey?
Why, are you not surprised?
No, I'm not surprised. You could say I have a Guy Lafleur jersey, and I wouldn't be surprised
From the deepest depths.
with all the millions of dollars you spend on jerseys.
It's an investment.
Yeah, I know you're happy with this outcome. Never mind the 3-1, but the fact that Ruslan Karimov got one of those
What a goal.
goals,
What a
and
goal.
it was beauty.
He drove to the net. He was hard on it. He didn't give up. He had a great couple shifts there. Some good hits taken. He stole the puck out of the corner there. Like, I know you have a big problem with not winning the puck battles along the boards, and that's something that he does so well. He's so strong, just set in his ways, and he fought off two guys down there and came out with the puck.
I know, like he's that's why I say I could see him wearing an A next year, quite honestly,
I would love it.
It would be so cool. And Tyson Doucette and
so nice to see him score in his overage last home game of the
right.
19 goals. Too.
And the other goal was
Mitch Young with a bomb from
Young.
the point on a rare power play goal from us. But great movement and a huge shot from the point.
And you get that first goal out of the way. That's always nice. But we've seen that a lot here, and then the other team always seems to not far away come back, and that happened here. But now there's some breathing room going on there. But again, Flint, they just got their spot, so they still kind of want to prove something out there, and they certainly don't want to lose to the Sting.
I'm sure they don't. Who wants to lose to somebody just teasing the playoff spot or bottom of the standings?
Right.
But you can maybe look at that the other way and think that maybe they're not worried about positioning because they can't move from where their position is. So maybe they are taking a night off because the Sting have been fantastic. They've taken advantage of every shortcoming that Flint has had. 16 shots. I don't even think they had the first shot on net was the goal, actually.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And I think that was 13 minutes into the first period. So they held him shotless for more than half. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
A lot of the plays in the offensive zone. It's just this is the way you need to play.
Right. So, hopefully we see that for the next 40 minutes. I thought there were a couple of spots where I was feeling like, come on. But they didn't last long. And then, I guess the score. And this is the thing I was saying, when you weren't here, I think at 13 shots on goal, I was saying, it's nice to see the shots on goal up higher than what we normally see in the first period from the Sting. And yet the results aren't really showing from what you would expect from 13 shots. That was when we had one goal at that point, right?
Right.
And then it just, it's okay, more shots on goal, but the ones that count are the ones that go in at the end of the day. So, when they got a couple more goals, I was like, okay, I'm feeling it a little better here now. But they don't want to take off the foot off that vertical pedal on the right.
No, for lack of a better words, keep your foot where it is, right, directly on their throat, because that's where they are right now. They're playing unbelievable, actually.
Yeah.
And consistency has been the name of the game all season. So just you got 40 minutes of Sarnia Sting regular season hockey. You're not going to see.
Do you come out the same way in the second period? Just keep going?
You have to. Just keep the pace up. Keep it in the offensive zone. Don't give them any time and space to make a play. And keep the puck away from Nick because he's been great and he deserves it. It's his last game here.
Yeah, that's right. No kidding. You want to guess a number of how many people?
I'm going to go with 4,450 today.
4,450?
4,450.
How about 4,608?
Nice.
Right?
Love to hear it.
I'm pretty sure that's what I just saw pop up on my phone. You missed it, so I knew I could ask you. Yeah, 4,608. Now, that's tickets sold, but still. I looked around here, and I was like, it's pretty full in here.
It's loud. Oh, Canada was loud. I love to hear that. People were singing.
They were. It's always great. And you know what? I heard a few around here singing the American anthem as well. It wasn't as loud as the Canadian anthem there's more Canadians here, but they put a nice respectful request out there. Josh did.
I noticed that. Did you ask for that?
No, they did it before. I think it was a good thing to do.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Everybody was great. And what was great was I think that the fans clap just as loud when the American anthem was over as they did for the Canadian anthem. Like it was loud in here when the American anthem was over and Hayden was done singing out there. So it's just nice to see we're all just getting along.
Well, that's all right. You don't have to.
But
clap
we
if
still
you
want
don't
to beat them.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Throttle them,
Right?
actually.
Nobody wants to play London. No. What's this at davburrows? At davburrows, what? I don't know. Abby's helping us. We're just over 10,000. We got 30,000 to go. Abby. Abby's such a sweetheart. She's out there helping us out.
Got a 0-0 score in the Kitchener and Owen Sound game, too.
Mom's out there helping,
first.
too. Yeah, I heard that. Somebody told us here. Well, that's fantastic. So that's, well, for us anyway.
We're hoping for Kitchener to come down hard on Owen Sound.
Right. We'll see. You know what's the thing about the OHL is anything can happen out there. It's one of the toughest. I think it's the toughest league at this level out there.
There's so much parity. Peterborough and Guelph struggled a lot at the start of the season, but they're not at the bottom of the bottom of the barrel. Like points to spare, and everybody's getting their fair shot.
Yeah. So you think just come out again the same way you just did? Nothing to improve there?
Full throttle. See, it's pretty nitpicky, but just keeping the puck in at the blue line. Sometimes they pinch too much, and then it ends up in an odd man rush, and then you're stuck because everybody's trying to hustle back, and you got two guys coming down on Nick with maybe one defenseman. Hopefully, you got one defenseman. Well, that would be my.
Flint's a tough team still, regardless of what happened in the first period, and they've got to be talking about we know we can do this the same way that any team should. And, you know, they were getting in the way of us quite a bit as far as stealing the puck from our stick and whatnot. I mean, obviously we dominated more, but, you know, you got to wonder, what is it about the Sting here tonight that is making them push through? That's what I've been saying up here. That they look at that. They push through. There's so many times where the puck was, where it was taken away from them, from Flint, that they could have, you know, it's easy sometimes just to go, okay, let it go and I'll try to get it back. But they haven't been doing that. They just keep pushing, and then the results come out here.
Like no time and space. Just that's the thing that frustrates me too, is sometimes you get too far away from the puck and you give up on ones that if you had given that little extra 2 strides, you probably would maybe not stolen the puck, but you've got the other player worrying now that someone's breathing down your neck instead of, oh, he's backed off, I've got 2 seconds to stick handle here. Just no time and space.
Right.
Get right on it.
Well, and we say time is everything, especially when it comes to a hockey game. Every second counts. We always say play 20 minutes of hockey for sure. But
play every
second, right?
Every millimeter.
Yeah, absolutely. It comes down to that. You're not first, you're last.
I think that's Ricky Bobby?
Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last.
Well, that's a stupid thing. You could be second, third, fourth. Hell, you could even be last.
No, you don't ever want to be last. You just want to be first, especially when it's playoff hockey.
That's what his dad said, if you remember the movie.
Yeah, I do. Because this really is playoff hockey right now, you know, at this critical point. And I haven't Googled it or anything. Trying to think if there was ever a chance that there could have been a 3-way tie. And still right now there could be a 2-way tie where there could be an extra game added in there. I mean, I don't think anybody wants that. I think we just want to get there and see who's going to, you know, end up in the result. But as of right now, this is the last home game for the Sarnia Sting, unless they're able to push through here tonight. And even if they win tonight, we kind of still, again, are looking at a couple other teams to, there's probably no phones in the locker room, I'm thinking, as a rule. But are you looking at your phone before you come into the locker room and going, what do we need to do? Or do you just kind of, I don't think I'd want to know. I think I just want to know. I know what position we're in. That's all I care. And I just need to go out there and win hockey. But with access being so easy on a phone, 17 years old, I'd probably be looking at my phone.
So easy just to pull up the app and see where it is. And I don't know if they have the standings posted either. I'm sure they don't. But
no.
It's no one is oblivious to where they are in the standings, and I think they knew coming in that this is going to be an important one.
Yeah.
you at least want to give your fans a good show on the very last home game of the season.
Well,
of
and
the regular
Dylan
season.
Sika said it very proudly, too, a few weeks ago, where he said, you know, are these boys passionate? Absolutely. Are they working hard? Absolutely. Are they proud? 100% they are. So they know that the fans do matter to them, especially, again, when you look around at just over 4,600 people here tonight. It's got to be adding some vibe to the room when you're the player going out there. When you first come out, I know it would be for me, you first come out and you look around and you go, wow, look at all the people.
A packed barn means everything to these players. It's such an added element. You could come out and there's a couple sections missing, 20, 30 people, and you're like, did people want to watch us? And but you get a full barn like this, and there's no doubt about it. You want to perform for everybody here because, you know, it's their game, but it's the entertainment business, and people come for a reason.
They do. Speaking of which, we want to thank Hughes Intelligence Canada for allowing us to bring this broadcast to you from their hockey suite up here. We've had a lot of fun, and I know Connor and I have learned a lot from each other this season. I think more than even in previous seasons. We really stepped up our game, so to speak, and a big part of that is coming from Hughes Intelligence and their support. So thank you, Barry and James and everybody involved there.
Absolutely.
And,
thank you very much.
Yeah, 100%. And
thank you to everybody that watches.
I know,
more
right?
than anything, really, because that's unbelievable. I love hearing it when you know, out in public, someone says, "Hey, I saw you on
right?
TikTok or something."
Right?
I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Right?
I'm glad you checked it out. So thank you all very much.
Yeah, Abby says, I got to go watch the second period on my phone. Have a good night, guys. Abby, mwah, love it when you're here.
Thank you for being
and
here.
Go Attack, go.
Go
okay,
Sting, go.
Fine. The referees are back out here, Connor, so I'm going to let you go back to your seat. That'll be it. And then I'll be back for the second period update. Connor will join me again. And then I'll have, I believe we're having post-game press conference. The emotions run high at a time like this, and if it does turn out in a negative way, the emotions in that locker room can be high, so you never know what's going to happen, but I predict we'll likely have something. So, all right, thanks everybody. Thanks Hughes Intelligence, and as always, I'm David Burrows. This is Connor Burke. 1, 2, 3.
Go Sting, go!